If your brain feels like 37 browser tabs open, you're not broken, my friend. You just might be dysregulated. Stay tuned because in this video, we are diving into why you don't need to think better, but actually cultivate safety in your body. Plus, we're going to do our daily somatic breathwork practice around overthinking and feeling safe in your body. Welcome back to Rise and Align, our series here. I am Danie Muniz, the creator of the Inner Alchemy Method, a 5-stage journey to soul-led sovereignty where deep healing meets embodied leadership. I guide soft-spoken, introverted, high-achieving spiritual women reclaim their power, embody their truth, and lead from within. So let's talk about this idea of overthinking, because I do hear this quite a bit from people where they tell me that they are overthinking, right? That or I see them. This happens with my clients, right? Where they'll come in and they're overthinking something in their life, something in their business. And sometimes overthinking can simply be a symptom of dysregulation. Most spiritual entrepreneurs think they are just in their heads. I thought this for a long time for myself as well. But that swirl of thoughts is often a response to feeling unsafe or overwhelmed. Have you ever had that idea where you're trying to figure something out and you're looking for all the things, you're researching all the things these days? I'm sure a lot of people are going to things like ChatGPT or AI, and you're trying to figure this out. You're trying to solve a problem. What if I told you that your body is trying to inform you of that same thing? When the body doesn't feel safe, the mind is trying to figure out why. The mind is in a survival mode. The mind always wants to figure things out. When we understand that overthinking through this idea of healing, we can see it as a survival mechanism. Your nervous system is so freaking amazing, my friend. My nervous system, your nervous system, it knows exactly what to do. Just think about it right now. Our body is set up, it is so divine that it is set up to take care of us. We don't have to think, you don't have to think about breathing. You don't have to think about moving the blood through your body. You don't have to think about growing your cells. You don't think about getting rid of old cells, right? The body naturally does this. And our nervous system, its infinite wisdom, has learned that thinking through every possibility, every potential outcome, any potential idea might prevent pain, might prevent rejection, might prevent failure. This is your inner protector working over time. Your mind is trying to protect you from that failure, from that rejection, from uncertainty. I had a conversation with a client this past week, or maybe it was Monday. We had a conversation around she has come to the realization that she loves uncertainty. Uncertainty is a prime place for her to stay. It feels comfortable in uncertainty. It feels safe in uncertainty. She loves uncertainty. And as we dove and dove and dove, she ended up coming to the realization that uncertainty takes away the pressure of her having to make a decision. Because when she makes a decision, right? Think about this. When you make a decision, what happens? There's a final, like a finalization of it. Like, we're not uncertain anymore. We don't know if this is going to happen or this is going to happen. We made a decision. And so now from this decision, this is in some ways finite, right? Where uncertainty is infinite, decision making is finite. And what if I made the wrong decision? And the body is struggling because it doesn't feel safe that it can handle the decision, that it's capable of the consequences of that decision. And so when she came to this realization of, it's easier for me. The reason why I live in uncertainty is because I don't want to make the decision. I want other people to make the decision. So then the pressure, the weight, it's not on me. It's on somebody else. It's theirs. It's not mine. They made the decision for me. I didn't have to make the decision. We can use this in allowing ourselves to not get caught up in why can't I stop thinking? Now, let me just say this during air energy season. So, during the seasons in our zodiac system, when our sun moves through Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, there's a lot of thoughts. There are a lot of questions. There are tons of options, right? We live in this very much like there's a lot of thinking and a lot of thought in these seasons because we're curious and we're trying to figure things out. Whether it's Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and if you have strong placements, or if you are a Gemini sun, Libra sun, or Aquarius sun, or you have those as strong placements, you might recognize this pattern very intimately because this is a pattern that is very common in these signs because they're more of the air energy, meaning they're more of the thought and the thinking and processing. So the solution here isn't let me think it through, let me create more logic, let me find more logic, let me find the solution. It's actually grounding. It's actually giving your body a felt sense of safety, a feeling of like, the body always knows, my friend. The body knows before the mind. We live in a world, though, that is, for one, super fast paced, that doesn't really give us the opportunity to slow down because we're wanting to speed forward and speed forward. But it also gives us this idea that I have to be thinking about all the things. I have to be worried about all the things. Your body, if you've ever read the books, one of the books that really shifted a lot of the ideas for me, and I reread it about a year ago, maybe. Body Keeps the Score. Your Body Keeps the Score. Love this book. And your body holds the memory of every time you felt uneasiness, unsafe, vulnerability in a relationship, in your business, every criticism, every offer that you put out there, every invitation that you made to someone that didn't go as planned. Your body holds all of that. That's one of the reasons why I added somatic breath work into my practice because I started to see When we all start out on our healing journey, and I firmly believe this, we start out with the mindset, and mindset is key. And I still see quotes till this day. I saw one this morning, as a matter of fact, that said it's 20% strategy and 80% mindset. And I'm like, yes, and yes, and if you're here, you understand this, right? It's beyond the mindset. The mindset is level one. You got to think about this. It's level one. Getting into the energetics, level two. Getting into the body, and I might shift these around. Might be the body level two. It might be energetics level three. I kind of see them as they kind of go hand in hand. But getting into more of the body, the energy, that's where we can truly do the healing, because the mindset's only going to take you so far, right? Because the mind is in many ways a slave to the body. So if the body is holding on to all the things, I want you to think about this. If it's holding on to all the things, if it's trying to protect you from that failure and that uncertainty and constantly scanning for threats and running the scenarios and trying to control outcomes, because somewhere in your system, because somewhere there is a younger part of you or another part of you that believes if you just think hard enough, if you just shift your mindset, if you just plan perfectly, you'll finally feel safe. It feels safe for me to plan. I'm a planner. I spent a day, actually, a morning planning out the rest of 2025. I spent the entire time planning out the rest of the year. And it feels so good to have that plan in action. And it helps me create a sense of safety. But my body has to feel that. It has to feel like it can follow that schedule. It has to feel. And what's interesting is I found for myself as I was looking at this schedule, I opened my schedule in many ways, and I actually closed my schedule in many ways. And I felt in the past as if I closed my schedule, that was going to be a bad thing. It wasn't going to be good for me. And I kept overthinking it. And then when I worked on the calendar and I felt into it, my body, like this morning when I woke up, it felt so good knowing that my schedule is going to support me in feeling safe and being able to feel like I can rest, like I can slow down. Our world is so fast paced that we think we have to keep going and keep going and keep going. And we don't, my friend. We don't. We can slow down and we can feel into things. So, mindset work. So, let's get into this. Mindset work without regulating your nervous system is like gaslighting your nervous system. If we do mindset work without the nervous system regulation, we're just going to gaslight it. So, you know how sometimes repeating affirmations, especially when you're in that fight, flight, or freeze, it reinforces this disconnection because your mind is is trying, first off, number one, it's trying to believe this new thing. And if we go from like 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 even, our mind automatically wants to reject it, and the body does not feel safe with it, and so it's wanting to reject it. It's like, no, that's not true, that's not true, right? I oftentimes work, I do love affirmations, and I often work with my clients in creating affirmations that feel good to them. And I'll often ask them, like, I want you to feel into this. How does that feel in the body? Because we don't just want it to be like, okay, yeah, that works in the mind. Great. But does it work in the body? Can the body feel safe in that affirmation? When I first started with affirmations years ago, when I didn't know that that's what I was doing, and I kept telling myself, I can do this. I am strong. I can do this. I am strong. My body was so on It was so heightened. It was so dysregulated. My heart was always racing. I was constantly overthinking every single little thing. And at the time, I was preparing to get married to a man that I did not love, first off. And second, it was a very unhealthy relationship. And so, as I was preparing for this and I was overthinking all the things, on my way home from work, I had about an hour and a half drive in traffic that I would say these things to myself. You are strong. You can do this. You're capable. You are strong. You can handle anything. You can get through this. And I kept saying that to myself. By the time I got home to face this person, right, every single night, my body had already started to feel safer, feel calmer, if anything. And then, of course, things would happen, and then I get dysregulated again. I had no idea at the time that that whole entire ride home was me regulating my body. And I didn't know all the things back then, right? I didn't know how that was affecting me. I didn't know how dysregulated I was. I didn't know how bad that relationship was for me in many, 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 many avenues. But what I did know is that when I did that, I felt better. I felt better because I knew I could believe those things. And my body knew that I could believe those things. I could believe I was strong. I could believe I was capable. I could believe that I could get through anything. We have to meet our body where it is. And so, whatever that is, whether it's slowing down, whether it's feeling into things as we did very much in sensing things and getting connected to things, like getting connected to Mother Earth. That's why one of the practices that people always talk about is grounding, right, on grass and feeling the sensations of putting your hands in dirt, right? They talk about gardening as a really beautiful grounding energy because you're feeling the different sensations. Kids these days that struggle with like ADHD or ADD, right? We have these tactical things that we give them so that they can feel into, right? It's helping them, right, regulate their nervous system. Because in order to have the mental clarity we want, we've got to meet the body where it is. So we don't want to override our body's signals with positive thinking because then we create like a dissonance, right? We create a disconnect from these ideas. The body rejects them. The mind's like, but wait, but I'm thinking this, but I'm thinking this, but I'm thinking, but I can do this, but like this is what I want, right? You talk about manifesting the thing that you want, but if your body can't handle, if your body doesn't feel safe, right? And we can notice these subtle things. I will often call out, before I'll ask my client a question. This happens all the time. I'll ask my client a question because I love to ask questions, and they'll go like, and it's like, whoa, what just happened right there? Like, what was that? Before they even speak, before they even say anything. And you do this, my friend. We all do this. I do this. There'll be times, I think the other day I was journaling and I wrote something and I felt like in my body like this tenseness, and I was like, oh, something's there, right? Or like I could feel in my throat like a tightness, like, what am I holding back from saying? What am I not wanting to say? What am I feeling closed off from speaking? The body always knows. We feel this, the subtle ideas of when somebody walks into a room and you start to feel tense, you start to feel tight, or you feel open and welcoming and excited. This happens when we pay attention to this, my friend. It tells us so much. We want to get the alignment, the real alignment when our body and our mind are working together. A grounded body allows us to have that clear intuition, allows us to make decisions, allows us to step into visibility if that's something we're stepping into in our life or in our business. We have to meet the body where it is first, though. Our alignment is about transcending the body and creating a partnership between our soma and our soul, between the body and the soul. This is why I don't just do mindset work. I don't just do soul work. I don't just do body work. I do all three: the mind, the body, the soul. We want to bring that union together. Your body is so sophisticated, my friend. It is the most sophisticated guidance system you will ever have. It knows before the mind. It knows when something's aligned. It knows when something's not. That gut feeling, right, that we have where your body is either expanding or contracting, that is your body saying where it wants to go, what it wants to do. So, in our business, this can show up in having misaligned offers, having more ease in our marketing, and showing up consistently without having to force things. So we want to take some time to make sure that we are regulating the body, that we are allowing the body to feel safe, which is why Rise and Align is here. Rise and Align is here to help stimulate the mind and the body with the soul, right? This is why we have this series here. If you haven't noticed that yet, we hit all three. We start with this mind piece, then we go into the body and we bring in the soul. So, some things that you can do outside of the breath work. Now, obviously, I'm going to recommend breath work, and we do have a daily somatic awareness practice. I have an audio that I recorded on the podcast that you can download for free at thepeaceteacher.com/DSAP, which stands for Daily Somatic Awareness Practice. So you can go to thepeaceteacher.com/DCAP and get that recording of that practice. And you can do that every single day. But even just a simple 3-minute practice, hand to heart, right, is a great place to start. Or hand on the belly, like one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, or placing hands somewhere on the body where you are connecting, okay, to the body, and just inhaling for 4 counts and exhaling for 8 counts. You want to elongate the exhale. You want the exhale to be longer than the inhale. This will start to calm the nervous system. Okay. Other things you can do are body scans. There are tons of videos and meditations on body scanning. You can find them here on YouTube. You can find them in like Insight Timer, Calm app. They all have body scannings that you can do, meditations where you're slowly moving your attention through each part of your body, not with judgment, but just noticing, being the observer. Temperature awareness is also something you can do, like feeling, does my body feel warm? Does it feel cold? Are there any sensations that are neutral here in my body? Another thing is gentle stretching, or rolling your shoulders back, or things like swaying, right? I had one of my employees back when I used to work in corporate. She would sway back and forth, and this was an actual coping mechanism for her when she would get frazzled on things, and she would just sit there and just rock back and forth, right? It's this gentle move, they call it micro movements that really help the body. And pay attention to those things, right? Pay attention to those things. All right, my friend, we are going to dive into our somatic breath work. And we're going to do, the theme around this breath work is going to be around overthinking. So I'm going to invite you to get into a comfortable position where you can just be for a moment to do our practice. Will probably be about 15-20 minutes. And just as you start to settle into your space, I want you to just take a nice deep breath in. And just let it go, nice and easy. Go ahead and do that once again. Allowing that breath to come in, move through the body, and then gently letting it go. And one more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth, nice and easy. Beautiful. And we're going to go one more time. This time we're going to allow our grounding cord to drop down into Mother Earth. Connecting in, plugging in to the core, to the center, to the heartbeat of Mother Earth, Gaia. Feeling her support, her love, her nurturing energy, grounding you into this time, to this place, to this moment right here, right now. Now, as you take another deep breath in, if there are any thoughts that are about the past or the future, maybe it's what you're going to do next, or where you need to go, or what you need to do, or what you didn't do or should have done, or that conversation with that person, I want you to allow yourself to file that away, to place it in a basket or a filing cabinet of some sort, knowing that you can return to it. We're going to task our mental body to bring that back at the most appropriate time so that we can allow ourselves right here, right now, to be present with our body, to be present with this moment, to be present with our soul. And as you take a nice deep breath in, the crystalline energy of citrine is coming through. We've also got rainbow quartz coming through. So you may sense, feel, or imagine these beautiful crystals, this crystalline energy flowing up through your grounding cord, through the bottoms of your feet, up and through your energy field, your aura, through your chakras. Through your meridians, through your cells. And just bringing this peace, bringing this sense of curiosity, bringing this energy of ease. Now connecting into your crown, to the top of your head. Beautiful. I'm going to open up our crown chakra, connecting in with the divine, feeling that connection with God our Father, the great I am, the divine source creation universe. And we call upon God our Father, the great I am, the divine, the creator, source, and we ask for your love, your peace, your protection as we move through our day, as we move through this breath work, and helping us feel safe in the body, and allowing us to release whatever it is that is stuck in our body that is stopping us from feeling safe. And take a nice deep breath in. We call upon our guides, our guardians, our angels, our spirit team, and the divine council. And we ask for your insights in helping us move through and releasing what is blocking us from feeling safe within our body, to release that overthinking. We call upon the 4 guardians of the watchtowers, the 4 archangels, Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, and Oriel, the 4 elements, air, earth, fire, water, and the 4 directions, north, east, south, and west. And we ask for you to be within our thoughts, within our words, within our insights, within our body, with our connection to source, and within our actions that we choose to take. And we call upon any other spirit animals that we may be working with, gods or goddesses, to support us. And we ask for this or greater, and so it is. And taking a nice deep breath in. And I want you to just connect into your mental body, your mind. I want you to just to start to notice the thoughts. I want you to see if you can highlight any thoughts that are not really serving you right now. They may be things that are still from the to-do list, or they may be something else. And then you might even identify the thoughts that are stopping you from feeling safe in the body. What might be preventing you from feeling safe? Just allow the mental body to show you, to reveal it to you in a way that feels good to you. Keeping in mind, it is only going to reveal what you are ready to release right now in this quick breath work. And you may begin to see, sense, feel, or imagine the beautiful citrine crystal. And this crystal, you're going to take and hold in your right hand. You're going to place it on your heart. And when you do, it's going to begin to help you identify where in your body it feels safe. You might notice a bunch of different parts. You might notice a few parts. You might notice a side. You might notice a top or a bottom, a front or a back. Notice where you feel safe in the body. And notice how much safety you feel here. And now begin to notice the space where you feel unsafe in the body, where safety does not currently exist. Notice what is there. And in a moment, we're going to begin our breath work. We're going to breathe for about 4 minutes. I'm going to invite you to use those 4 minutes to release whatever is blocking you from that safety, knowing that that safety is going to bring you that clarity, that ease, the things that you are seeking now, helping the body feel safe, expanding where safety is already there. So take a nice deep breath in and let it go. Let's do that again. And let it go. And one more time. And letting it go. And let's begin our breath work. Deep breaths in through the mouth, out through the mouth, deep into the belly, 360 degrees, finding your own rhythm. What do you need to let go of to make space in your body for more safety? Use the breath and clear it out. How does the body want to move this energy out of you? To move this unsafe feeling, the fear, the doubt, the hesitation? Where does the body want to move through this? How does it want to move? Does it want to use movement, sound? Trust yourself, my friend. We've got 90 seconds. Keep going. Leave it all on the table. Last 30 seconds. Keep going. Let it all go. You don't have to hold on to it. It's not yours. Ten seconds, almost there. Ooh, nice deep breath in. Let's slow it down and let it go, getting ready for our breath hold. Let's do that again. Nice deep breath in, letting it go. And on this next one, biggest breath you've taken so far today. Holding it at the top. And connecting in with your body. And the version of you who feels 100% safe in your body, your soul, your highest self, your greatest self, your best self, who feels safe. What do they want you to know? Allow yourself to receive their insights, their wisdom. When you're ready to release that breath, let it go. Begin breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, slowing it down and feeling it more. Elongating those exhales and allowing yourself to see how safe you can feel in your body right now. How much more can you expand safety in your body? See how much more you can expand safety. Noticing what it feels like to feel safe in your body, in your life. In your decisions, and showing up in your business. See, feel, know, experience, imagine yourself moving through your day, feeling safe in the body. And how does that shift things for you? How do you move about your day now having feel safe? And take a nice deep breath in, and letting it go fully and completely. Doing that once again as we get ready for our last breath hold here. Letting it all out. And this next one, nice, deep, big breath. Letting it all go too. And this time, becoming empty and holding that breath out for as long as you feel called to. Feeling into that stillness, a sacred pause. When you're ready to take that next deep breath in, breathe in gratitude. Gratitude for the time that you've taken right now to slow down, to release, and to make space, and to feel safe in your body. Gratitude for your body and all the beauty that it does for you and helping you move through this world. Gratitude for your mind and how it's keeping you safe, always working for you, for your protection. Gratitude for what you've cultivated in your life right now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Gratitude for your past self, for getting you here. And gratitude for your highest self, your best self, your greatest self, for leading you today. Begin to take in all your learnings, your lessons, your insights from this breath work here. Beginning to come back into the present, feeling into it more and more. And just taking your time. No need to rush. In fact, that's our card pull for today. It's from a mindfulness cards deck. And it says, take your time on tasks or activities you would normally rush. Take time on a task or activity you would normally rush. And as you begin to become more and more aware, to come back, be sure to take a moment to journal anything that came forward for you that you want to remember, that you want to keep in mind. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. Your overthinking isn't something to fix, it's something to understand, to meet with compassion. When you approach your mental patterns through a healing lens, a somatic lens, you're healing generational patterns and you're modeling a new way of being for those around you. Our path forward is not forcing, it's not overthinking. It's a new way of being, which is indeed your natural way. It's about creating a deep sense of safety in your nervous system where your natural wisdom, your magic can emerge. Honor your humanity, your divinity, your vulnerability, and your strength, my friend. Your body holds the key to your most authentic expression. Listen to its whispers before their screams. Your guidance system, your internal guidance system, is your most sophisticated life, business strategy. This is the medicine that our world needs today. And as a spiritual entrepreneur, we ground into our bodies so that we can lead humanity. My friend, as we take one final deep breath in together, letting it go, I remind you to be sure to subscribe to the channel, to do this daily breath work, or one from our playlists of Rise and Align. Stay regulated, my friend, slow down, and until next time, remember to keep shining your unique light.